Hi, welcome. Now I am going to show you the difference between the rows function and columns functions. Okay, so the rows function, what is rows function? Rows function return the number of rows of a range, okay, or number of rows of a array, okay, and similarly the column function returns the number of columns of the range. Okay, so for first I will use the rows function. Rows, you can see here the description returns the number of rows in a reference or array. Okay, so rows of this array, I send it, then press enter. It says number of rows in this array is 3. Okay, so 1, 2 and 3 rows. Similarly the number of columns, okay, so I use the columns function. Columns, you notice that both of them are plurals, rows and columns. Okay, the same array, if I pass it, then it returns 3 again, which is nothing but a number of columns, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so this is the main difference of both the functions. It returns rows, it returns columns. Okay, we will do it for the other example. Rows of this array, okay, enter. It returns 2. Okay, only 2 rows, 1 row, 2 row. Okay, similarly number of columns, okay, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. Okay, so I enter 4. Okay, it returns 4 columns. Okay, for the final example, rows of this array, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. It has to return 6. Okay, similarly we have columns. Okay, so 1 column, 2 columns. Okay, 2 columns. Okay, so this is the main difference of the rows and columns. These are all, both of them are very useful functions. You use it in your calculations, matrix calculation, analytical calculation, everywhere, to find out what is the number of rows or the columns for a range what you are working on. And you no need to, anytime you no need to do any function, any formulas with the hard coded of this many rows, this many columns. You must use the function rows and columns functions. Okay, so those formulas can be reusable in any time in any other sheets or any workbook. Okay, so for that purpose this rows and columns function is useful. Not only that, and also there are certain times you want to know the range. Okay, even when you write down the VBA functions, VBA coding, that time it's very useful. You need to find out what is the number of rows and columns. Okay, so I hope this video is helpful to you to find the difference between the rows and columns functions. And also finally we will do one small exercise, rows of a single column in the worksheet. Okay, maybe column A. Okay, then you will see it's 1,000,000 and 48,000 rows are there in a single column. Okay, so if you say the columns for the same column A, you will see it is only one column. Okay, similarly you have rows of single row, for example row 5, enter, it is only one row. Whereas you have the columns in a particular single row, it is 16,384. Okay, So you find my video is helpful to you to understand the rows and columns difference. And if you have any questions and comments and likes, please leave it in the comments box, as well as you can also subscribe to my channel. And if you like the videos, and God bless you.